Foods you didn't realize are high in sodium. Number one, canned soup. Look at the sodium content on your favorite can of vegetable, chicken noodle, or tomato soup, and I dare you not to gasp. You'd expect a veggie based soup to pack a ton of nutritious vitamins, but not almost 50% of your daily sodium limit. I'm guilty of bringing canned soup to work for lunch myself. However, now that I'm aware that it's a sneaky harbinger of salt, I've started purchasing no salt added soups or making my own at home. Prepare your slow cooker with a homemade soup and flavor it with fresh herbs and just a tiny pinch of salt. Bagels. Bagels are a convenient grab and go breakfast, lunch, or snack option. However, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, your favorite savory baked good with the hole in the middle can pack up to 450 milligrams of sodium, which is almost 20% of your daily sodium allotment. And that's just a plain bagel, not my everything bagel. Not my herb and garlic bagel, not my chocolate chip bagel, which should not be containing salt but still does. Are they really killing us with bagels? I don't want to believe it, but it can be true. If you can't give up your favorite toasted morning meal, reach for a thin bagel or thin rye bread at the market instead. This will cut the hidden sodium in half. You can also try making your own bread or buns at home using whole grains and only a pinch of salt. Okay, so side note, when you're making bagels, you make the dough, you boil the bagel, and then you throw them in the oven. I don't know why I thought you fried them. Yeah, but I think I do want to try making bagels. So, if anybody listening to this video decides to make some bagels, if you could leave your recipe in the comments for me, I'm going to try making them because I'm addicted to an everything bagel and I don't know if I'm willing to give it up. Back to the video. Chicken breast. I didn't believe it either, but about a month ago, while I was shopping for chicken breast to make a weekly stir fry, I noticed that the package label on the raw chicken in my cart contained a sodium level. I understand that meat may naturally contain salt, but not that much. Lo and behold, after doing some research, I discovered that many manufacturers inject raw meat with high sodium flavor enhancers to take the taste up a notch. This is exactly why I now buy organic or meats with all natural ingredients and no additives or no flavor enhancers. I personally like to know exactly what I'm feeding my family and myself. Soy products. Soy based foods are often great sources of meat alternatives for vegetarians or vegans, as they blend well with recipes that call for meat. However, if you inspect the labels closely, you'll note that many soy products like veggie burgers, sliced faux meats, and soya cheese contain a lot of salt. For instance, it turns out that my favorite brand of veggie burger were sneaking about 500 milligrams of salt into my diet per patty, not the whole burger with the bun and the mayo and the ketchup. No, no, no. This is just the meat. Like if I was just eating the meat wrapped in lettuce, like that's half of the salt that I should be having for the day. So, take a close look at the labels before you buy and note that many soya based foods contain a huge amount of highly processed ingredients, including salt for flavor enhancement. Barbecue sauce. Put down that saucy brush and step away from the chicken. That barbecue sauce or meat marinade likely contains a whopping 300 milligrams of salt in just 2 tablespoons. That's 1/10 of your daily limit in just 2 tablespoons of something that's just going on the chicken that's probably already injected with flavor enhancers that also contain salt. What is happening? I realize a honey barbecue or garlic meat sauce often tastes sweet, not salty. However, look at the label. The majority of store bought barbecue sauces will shock you with their out of control sodium content. To cut salt, look for low sodium brands, read the label to make sure, or make your own meat marinades minus the excess salt. And once again, viewers, if you actually do this, please leave me a recipe or, oh my gosh, or hit me up on Instagram, which I'm going to start actually going on, and send me a little video or let's engage. Let me know I'm not the only one noticing that they're trying to dry us with all this salt and I'm not dead yet. I shouldn't be dry like a mommy. Cereal. You might think that your favorite bowl of Cheerios or Frosted Flakes doesn't contain salt. It's a breakfast meal after all. However, if you inspect the nutritional information closely on the box, you'll be shocked to see between 200 to 300 milligrams claimed by a single serving. And sometimes your bowl is going to contain more than just one serving of cereal. My son eats out of what I call a mixing bowl. He has at least 6 servings of cereal for breakfast. So he's having his entire salt intake, daily salt intake, in just breaking his fast. Mm, mm. But I digress. Breakfast should be the most nutritious meal of the day, as it sets the tone for your entire day. To keep the salt from sneaking into your morning meal, opt for an organic breakfast cereal or a box variety with no salt added. Alternatively, seek out plain whole oats and top with fresh or frozen fruit and a touch of honey or real maple syrup. Again, what I used to do is just throw some oats, yogurt, fruit, a little whipped cream on top. Come on, come on. The children think they're having dessert for breakfast. But leave me a comment. What do you all do? For yourself, for your children, for your parents, for guests that come and sleep over for the night. I know when my college girlfriends used to come and sleep over, I was known for having the best breakfast, but I was giving them eggs and bacon. Yeah, it was turkey bacon, so I thought I was dit, but that turkey bacon is what bathed in salt. Enough about me. Back to the video. Frozen meals. Another popular convenience option for work lunches and brisk dinners are frozen meals. These frozen meals are more than often packed with hidden salt to the tune of almost 1,000 milligrams of sodium per tiny meal, while the so called low sodium meals still often contain 750 milligrams of salt or more. So, not low sodium at all? If you're truly opting for a low salt convenience meal, look for labels that state no more than 35 milligrams of sodium or less per meal. Alternatively, you can slow cook chili, stir fries, or stews and freeze individual containers for lunch and quick dinners throughout the week. Cottage cheese. If you're trying to shed some pounds by working out while increasing your protein levels, cottage cheese is often recommended as a snack by the iron pumping crowd. Sure, cottage cheese is low in fat and high in protein and calcium, but it also contains a surprising amount of hidden salts, even though it doesn't really taste salty at all. In fact, most store bought brands of cottage cheese contain roughly 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving. And again, I want to remind you often a serving size is like what, 2 tablespoons? 1,000 milligrams of salt for like 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese. I'm okay, I'm like 130 pounds soaking wet, and I can easily eat off a whole container of cottage cheese using my nacho chips and a little avocado on the side. Like, and you're telling me what, that I could scoop up 1,000 milligrams of sodium on one of my nacho chips that, let's be honest, already has a little salt on it as well? What is happening? Oh my goodness. Luckily, You can easily find low or no salt added cottage cheese and still get your low calorie, high protein snack. Or switch to creamy, high protein plain Greek yogurt instead. And to be honest, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me comments. Tell me what you think we should be eating instead of all of these high sodium foods. If there's any high sodium foods that I should have listed that I didn't remember to, any recipes that we need to know about, any videos, please hit me up on the Instagram, Love Art and Cultures with an S, and I will be sure to reply. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, like our video, and share. Peace.